Previously on Nine Toe Nelson.
I'm going to be riding up the lakeshore of Lake Michigan from the tip of Chicago up to just shy of Wisconsin. Today I'm riding the YZF.
Well, that was an interesting encounter I didn't expect. We're going to talk about getting on the bike for the first time. So here we've crossed over into Evanston. Right here we're coming into Kenilworth, having a few old-time Chicago mafiosos interred there. There's also Seaweed Charlie. We now continue with this episode of Nine Toe Nelson. By the way, we are well out of Kenilworth by now, into Winnetka. And again, everything here is really pretty well maintained. I used to ride this road for years. I grew up in this area, I may have mentioned, and I would take every opportunity I had to ride my FZR600 up and down this road, and then every cycle I've had after that. And I've come to know it pretty well. There's a couple of nice turns further up the road that I've always enjoyed under the correct circumstances. There's a lot of other history in this area, some good, some bad. Some of these things I will probably come back to for the topic of future videos. Show you some locations where things occurred. And as I said, I'm gonna stop by one on this little trip. This spot right here is a place where I got pulled over by the police many years ago on that FZR. The officer was rather considerate and let me off with a warning. I didn't do anything real egregious. I wasn't aware that lane sharing was a violation. I've learned, and I'm sorry that isn't the case in the United States, but short of California, I would not make that attempt again. And I've ridden in California and I've made that attempt, and some people don't like that. Not very considerate. Beautiful properties out here. And this is one of those little sections of twisty that I like. Nothing spectacular, but for this area is certainly a more challenging path than most. northern suburb of Glencoe. It's also a nice town, quaint. Can't say that enough about all of these lakeshore communities, especially when you get to the lakeshore. There's some modest homes out here as well, as you can see, amongst some very grandiose. But all beautifully maintained, beautifully constructed. Another nice turn I enjoy. He's trying to get. By the way, I hope you are enjoying the little map I've thrown in for this route. Show you where it is that I'm traveling, where these beautiful sites are, if you ever want to go experience them for yourself. If you find that it's an annoyance, please let me know in the comments. But if you like it, please let me know in the comments. Speaking of the comments, let me ask you guys, what kind of roads do you like to go on? You prefer the expressways? You prefer the city streets? You like the road off the beaten path? Little two-lane highways? Quaint little road like this one? Or no road at all, taking it on dirt? What's your preference? Let me know. I'd like to know what my audience likes. See if I can accommodate. I personally have not done any off-road riding on a dirt bike. I've been on dirt roads, gravel roads, sand roads, no roads on all of my motorcycles, but nothing too extensive, certainly nothing beyond just traversing across to get to the other side. I would like to take some time off-road on a dirt bike. The opportunity and time have never really presented themselves to me. But maybe one day. This is now Highland Park. There's a rather well-known venue up around the corner here. A lot of A-list performers put on shows there. I've been to a number of them. It's a great place to go enjoy a picnic in the lawn area, which is extensive, or you can sit in the seats and see the performers up close and personal. And worth making the trip for. Many ways to get out here, including the train, which actually has a stop right in the venue. And there it is, right up ahead. Revzilla Festival. Highly recommended. I love seeing the difference in architecture in these homes. They are definitely varied. You know, everyone obviously wanted to have their own unique presentation when it came to that home. I don't blame them. They are beautiful, even the simplest of them. Bucci. One thing about Sheridan Road that has always been, I don't want to say a nuisance, but certainly something to be aware of. Cyclists, bicyclists, they are all over this road, and as you can see, there is no bike lane for the majority of it. They love it, and I don't blame them. It's a nice smooth road, it's beautiful, but due to the lack of bike lanes, it makes it kind of dangerous in some cases. I'm going to take a quick little detour here because I want to show you something that is not quasi-famous for this area. It's just up the other side of that little bridge there. And that bridge is part of the story, but only when you know the full story. It traverses a little ravine, and this ravine once had a red Porsche shoot out of that structure and into it. And if that structure looks familiar to you, it should. It was part of a movie. If you know the movie, let me know in the comments which one it is. Tell me who starred in it, and tell me the character's name who lived here. It's changed quite a bit since back when it was filmed. My understanding is it was on the market for a good number of years, since 2015, and recently purchased. And they've made a number of changes. Looks nice. You know, for another piece of trivia, tell me what year and model that Porsche was. We know it was red. Okay guys, back to Sheridan Road. So we've discussed the area, we've discussed getting reacclimated to your motorcycle, or acclimated, period. Worth doing. And this is a good road for that kind of thing. It's a quiet road for the most part. Speed limits are average, 30, 35. Very set back properties. You can see vehicles approaching the roadway, at least in this area. And it does have, you know, a smooth surface. One other quick bit of trivia I forgot to mention. The other thing I wanted to show you was this other residence, this other building. It's built by Frank Lloyd Wright. If you are familiar with him, a famous Chicago architect, and he's got a lot of examples of his architecture up in the Chicagoland area. Beautiful, beautiful designs. And it's right here on Sheridan Road, which is a wonderful road to get reacclimated to your motorcycle on. See how I bring things full circle? See what I said about the cyclists? And they take over the road. That's the one thing. Nice car. When they get into their gaggles, I mean, I'm all for riding a bicycle in the roadway, but there are laws about that and how you're supposed to do so, and riding too wide is not one of them on such a narrow road. The advantage of being on a motorcycle around that is you can get past them. The Sheridan Road does take some odd twists and turns with regards to its designation. This road goes straight from here, you can see straight through, but as you see by the signage there, it actually turns here. What an ultimately considerate individual. Here we go with Sheridan Road.
Okay folks, that's the end of part 2. Part 3 will be out shortly. Thanks for coming back. I hope you really enjoyed the video. There'll be more in the future, And please, if you like what I have to offer, subscribe, like the videos, and if you have any questions or comments, as always, put them in the comments below. I hope to see you guys come back soon. Take care. Bye.